Tottenham plotting move for Juventus star. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Before we dive into this transfer update, be sure to press that subscribe button and keep up with all the latest news. Tottenham boss Ange Postecoglou is keen to bolster his squad once again after confirming the signings of multiple top young talents already this summer, with Juventus star Manuel Locatelli thought to be on his shortlist, with Spurs aiming to implement control in their engine room this summer. Locatelli has been at Juventus for 3 years after impressing whilst at Sassuolo, and he's been a huge part of their squad by only missing 15 Serie A games in that time, helping them through a rocky period of their history. But with mass change ongoing at clubs across the continent, he could be on his way out, with Football Insider suggesting that Tottenham are keen to wrap up a deal for his services. The report states that Tottenham are plotting a move to sign Juventus's Locatelli to bolster their central midfield options. Football Insider senior correspondent Pete O'Rourke stated that manager Postecoglou wants to sign another central midfielder to solidify his ranks in the centre of the park, despite boasting top young talents such as Lucas Bergvall, Archie Gray, Pape Sarr and more, with Locatelli's experience being paramount to their success. The Italian, who has been described as a monster, is high on Tottenham's transfer list and is seen as the natural successor to Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who departed for Marseille earlier in the summer. The report states that Juventus would be willing to sell the former Sassuolo star for a fee in the region of £20 million, with his versatility seen as a huge bonus for the Lily-Whites as they compete on 4 fronts this season, having qualified for the Europa League last time out. The midfielder provided 6 assists in all competitions last season, with a goal to add the cherry on the cake as Juventus qualified for the Champions League and won the Coppa Italia in a decent season for Bianconeri. The confirmation of Burnley's Wilson Odobert is another huge sign that Tottenham are planning towards the future with a whole host of Europe's most exciting young players. Locatelli is slightly different. At 26 years old, he is older than most of the crop they have brought in, but with 243 Serie A appearances, the midfielder has plenty of experience, and that includes the 29 appearances he has made in European competition, alongside boasting 28 caps for Italy. That experience on the big stage can be invaluable, especially when bringing in players that haven't quite garnered that level of guidance, despite boasting big potential. Journalist shares what's constantly being repeated about Eberechi Eze and Tottenham this summer. Tottenham have just signed Wilson Odobert, but that isn't likely to be the end of Spurs' links with new attacking signings. Indeed, Eberechi Eze has been consistently linked to Tottenham this summer, and those links are unlikely to stop before the transfer deadline. Speaking on the Spurs Chat podcast, the Mail's Josh Hughes has been discussing Spurs' links to Eze, and he's shared what he's heard about the Crystal Palace star. Hughes shared what he's been hearing about Eze to Spurs. I'm not saying that Ange doesn't want Eberechi Eze, but I had a chat with Alistair Gold last night, and he said that with Eze he's not convinced because it's too much money up front, Hughes said. Yeah, for sure, and this is it. Is this enough of a priority for Spurs? This is what keeps getting repeated to me. Tottenham would have to spend a hell of a lot of money up front for Eze, whether that's the full fee or the bulk of the fee, but it's enough money to think that Spurs just aren't going to do it. Unfortunately for Tottenham, it seems as though signing Eberechi Eze is a bridge too far this summer. The Crystal Palace star is clearly a player Spurs like, but he will cost too much. Eze would cost £60 million, and having already signed Archie Gray, Dominic Solanke and Wilson Odobert, it's hard to see Spurs going for Eze as well. This is a deal that may have to be revisited further down the line if it is to be done. Tottenham are keen on signing Piero Hincapie from Bayer Leverkusen. The 22-year-old central defender has attracted the attention of the North London club with his performances, and it will be interesting to see if they decide to make a move for him in the remaining days of the term window. According to Studio Football, Spurs are every interested in securing his services, and they will have to compete with their top 4 rivals Liverpool. Hincapie has proven himself to be a reliable performer in the Bundesliga, and he has the quality to succeed in English football as well. Tottenham need another quality central defender to complete the defensive unit for the foreseeable future, and the South American would be the ideal acquisition. He is young enough to improve further, and he is already operating at a top-class level. Hincapie will be tempted to compete at a higher level after proving himself in the Bundesliga and winning the league title with Leverkusen. A move to Tottenham will be an exciting opportunity. Tottenham will look to compete for Champions League qualification next season, and they will be competing in the UEFA Europa League as well. They have an ambitious project and an exciting squad. The Ecuador international could be attracted to the idea of joining them. Similarly, Liverpool need defensive reinforcements after the departure of Joel Matip, and Hincapie seems like the ideal fit for them as well. Both clubs have the financial resources to get the deal done, but the German outfit are not keen on sanctioning his departure. It remains to be seen whether they can convince the Bundesliga champions with a lucrative offer in the coming weeks. Tottenham are keen on signing Jonathan David this summer. According to Ouest France, Spurs are very interested in the player, and the report states that they will have to work twice as hard to get the deal done. David is reportedly open to staying at Lille, and it remains to be seen whether Tottenham can get the deal done. They have already spent a substantial amount on Dominic Solanke, and splashing out on another striker seems unlikely. The Londoners will want to invest their resources in the other areas of the squad. The Canadian international has been in fine form for the League One side, and he scored 26 goals and picked up 9 assists last season. There is no doubt that he would improve Spurs going forward, but the North London outfit have adequate options in that department now. David has been linked with other Premier League clubs as well, and it remains to be seen whether any other club is willing to provide him with an exit route this summer. The 24-year-old is a quality player with a bright future, and he could be a key player for most clubs in the Premier League. He will be hoping to compete at the highest level, and a move to England will be an attractive proposition for him. As for Tottenham, they should look to improve the other areas of their squad now. They should look to bring in a central midfielder in the remaining weeks of the window. According to Fabrizio Romano, Aston Villa and Real Betis are currently battling it out for the 28-year-old Argentine international, and it will be interesting to see where he ends up. Romano has revealed to Give Me Sport that Tottenham could still do more business this summer, and selling their players will be vital. They are looking to raise funds for signings, and getting rid of players like Lo Celso would be vital. For Lo Celso, there are two possibilities: Aston Villa and Real Betis. He rejected some options out of Europe as an opportunity in the recent days, and so let's see what's going to happen. But I think Tottenham could still do business. It remains to be seen where the South American midfielder ends up. He is not a key part of Tottenham's first-team plans, and therefore he needs to leave in order to play regularly. Lo Celso is a quality player who has shown his ability from time to time. He could be a superb acquisition for Betis. He has played for the La Liga outfit in the past, and he could settle in quickly and make an instant impact at the Spanish club. Meanwhile, Aston Villa could use more quality in the final third as well. He is capable of slotting into the attacking midfield role as well as the wide areas. He will add creativity, flair, and technical ability to Unai Emery's midfield. He could be available for a nominal price because of his stature at Spurs, and the signing could prove to be a bargain for Aston Villa or Real Betis. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with all things Tottenham, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications on our latest content. Don't forget to like this video and share it with fellow Spurs supporters. Let's grow our Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!